afraid, Kate," Esme said. "But please remember that even bad memories have happy moments tucked away between them. Some of them exist because the sadness led you to them."
1. Saoirse. 1 week earlier. Palm Tree Cottage, Horseshoe Bay, Bermuda. As Saoirse's flight circled above LF Wade International Airport, the first glimpse of Bermuda elicited a chorus of gasps from the passengers on board the Airbus, the islands appearing through wispy white clouds, surrounded by the deep blue waters of the Atlantic Ocean. "Paradise once more," Saoirse whispered, peering out the small passenger window. She watched the colours change below her. The sea became vibrant turquoise with highlights of emerald dancing through the surf. The landscape was a mix of verdant greens dotted with pastel-coloured buildings. Her heart began to race, overwhelmed, not from the impact of the view, but from a memory that had pierced her, taking her back to another time, another her. 9 years ago, flying into this same airport, her eyes bloodshot from tears and her heart too broken to acknowledge the beauty of the islands below. On that trip, Saoirse had fled in desperation from Canada, where she'd been working as a ranch hand, to the arms of her aunts Kate and Esme, her safe refuge as she tried to make sense of her devastation at the breakup of her marriage. Now, Saoirse shook her head, muttering a quiet no to herself. She would not allow herself to relive those memories. She had moved on with her life. The plane landed with a gentle bounce, and she instinctively clasped the armrest. As she did so, Saoirse looked down to her ring finger, where a new emerald now sparkled. She slipped it off and looked at the faint white band that had already made its mark. This gem was her future and anchor. It pulled her away from sad memories to her happier now, with Finn. Time had moved on, and so had she. As the plane taxied along the runway, Saoirse instead pulled a fresh memory to the front of her mind, a sword to banish unwanted thoughts. She closed her eyes, her mind returning to her favourite trek. She could almost hear the soft thud of Mr. Bojangles' hooves as he trotted across the muddy ground, echoing into the air around them. "Whoa there, boy!" Saoirse had ducked to avoid a low-hanging branch, laughing as an unexpected confetti of green leaves fell upon her and Mr. Bojangles. As she'd pulled on the reins and leaned forward to pat his snow-white soft neck, she'd heard the sound of hooves approaching and turned to see an ebony Irish draught horse galloping towards her. Saoirse grinned with delight at the familiar sight of Finn and his horse Spirit. Reaching her side, Finn leaned in and kissed Saoirse, as Spirit nuzzled Mr. Bojangles in greeting. That was the way it was with the four of them. "You said you couldn't get time off today." "How could I miss a chance to see my girl?" Finn replied. Then, clicking his heels into Spirit's side, he shouted over his shoulder with a wink, "Catch me if you can." Saoirse gently squeezed Mr. Bojangles' side with her boots, but he needed no encouragement to take off. He was an Irish sport horse, fast and athletic, and, luckily for her, had the same competitive streak as his owner. Within seconds, they were neck and neck. Leaning down low, she whispered, "Come on, boy, let's show them what you've got." He rose to the challenge, and as the end of her long lane came into view, Mr. Bojangles soared past Spirit. "One of these days I'll beat you," Finn said good-naturedly when he caught up with her again. Then softly he added, "It's a good job I love you." Saoirse never grew tired of hearing those magical 3 words. "I love you too," she replied as they arrived at her favourite spot on their regular trekking route. "Oh, Finn, look how beautiful it is down there."